Good afternoon. My name is David Lane. I'm here with Randy Schooneman and Brandon Redler. And today's date is December 21st, 2016. And we're at 2825 South Lamont Street here in Spokane, Washington. We just spent the last 2.5 hours jetting this line. My camera is pushed out to 200 feet, its maximum length. I'm going to start pulling back and describe the line to you. This is a video inspection of the main line for the earlier stated address. Now, you're going to be able to tell where the bottom of the screen is by the indication of where my light is and, of course, where the water is. Now, we're in a clay tile pipe line. Tile pipe is laid in 2 to 5 foot sections. The most problematic areas for tile line are the joints. You can see that this joint here is a little offset, nothing to be too concerned about. Where the joints separate and offset over time, like the one we're looking at right now, they prohibit the flow of water, solids, and other things. Also, tree roots are more apt to grow in the separations. Now you can see a little bit of pooling of water there. This joint stair steps up. Like I said, it prohibits the flow of water. And the more of the separation or the offset, the increased it decreases efficiency for water flow. I'm going to start pulling back. We're at 188 feet. Going to continue to pull back here. These are normal joints. A little bit of separation and offset. Nothing to be concerned about. Over time, the ground settles and the line just loses grade. You can see here where there was a little bit of a root intrusion there. After jetting, we annihilated the roots, I like to say. I'm going to continue to pull back, passing 180 feet now. There's a separation. The width of my camera lens is 1.5 inches, and that'll give you some perspective on some of the separations. There's a bit of water pooling here at this separation. It stair steps up as well. You can see a little bit of remnants of roots sticking out. Nothing to be too concerned about. That one's about a 1/4 inch thick. It stair steps up as well. When they stair step down, they're not as bad as stair stepping up. This one's pretty healthy here. What we can see is about a 1/4 inch thick. Like I said, my camera lens is 1.5 inches thick, and we're almost completely submerged there. This is what I meant by it prohibits the flow of water. I'm going to continue to pull back, and then when you put them back to back like that on 2 back-to-back joints, you're going to have a bit of standing water. Standing water, sludge accumulates there. Sludge, solid waste, toilet paper, and the accumulation of that over time creates a sludge, and that will block up your line. Seen a little bit of debris here. Just passing the 62-foot mark. Going to continue to pull back. There's a bit of roots hanging on here. Just a bit. There was some staggering root intrusions when we first started jetting, so much so we couldn't push our camera out. Like I said, we jetted this line for 2.5 hours, and it's now in the shape it's in. Again, just a bit of roots. When the roots are that thick in diameter, anything short of poisoning them to kill them, it's going to be hard to get them out. We were shooting 4,000 psi, so pretty happy with just those few remnants. The wisps of it looks like smoke. It's actually methane gas, and just so you know, this is a joint that stair steps down. You can see the separation is at the top, meaning the back side of it is stair steps down, which, like I said, is not as problematic as a joint that stair steps up. And we go completely submerged here at 46 feet. Going to continue to pull back. It's usually indicative of a separation. You can see the joint there in the distance. And here's another one. Again, back-to-back joints separated. Going to continue to pull back here. Just a bit of roots left here at 142 feet. When we first pushed out, the roots were literally taking up probably 90 to 95% of the line. There was no pushing the camera through it. Our jetter had a hard time pushing through them, and we just worked back and forth at each joint with roots until what you see now, just bits and little pieces. Very happy with how the jetter performed today. Going to continue to pull back here. Like I said, the bottom of the pipe is indicative of where the line's at and also where the water is. So the bottom of the pipe is in the upper right-hand corner. Pretty thick methane gas here. It's a very long line. Gets trapped in there. Going to continue to pull back. Line's looking pretty sweet, pretty clean. Continue to pull back. Just a bit of roots. Nothing to be concerned about. Passing 117 feet right now. There's a pretty healthy separation right there. I would say that's about an inch to that's about an inch separation there. It's set off to the side, which is better than having it stair step up. And there it looks like a quarter or a nickel, I would say. Going to continue to pull back. Another large separation here at 114.5 feet. That's about an inch and a half separation. That's a big boy there. Going to continue to pull back. You see debris in the line. I think, I'm not sure, but I think that those are little seeds, and I think some of the roots that were growing in here were actually holding seeds on them. I think seeds might be and you can see right here. Look at the size of that diameter, and there's a root ball. That's not connected. It's out about 100 feet, barely hanging on there. I'm picking up pieces as I pull back. But yeah, we're going to see remnants of roots as we pull back. Normal water usage is going to push these out. Continue to pull back here. Large separation there. My camera is a little bit fogged up. Sorry about that. Got roots stuck on it. There we go. Had to get in a little bit of water. We'll see the roots. You know, they got chopped up and ate as we pull back. Going to continue to pull back here. We're at 103 feet right now. Continue to pull back, just real minute strands. Bear with me just one moment. We're just a few days before the holidays. Good to get this done and taken care of before Christmas or New Year's. Alright, we're back. Sorry about the little bit of a wait. We're at just past 100 feet. We're at 99.5 feet. Down into double digits. Going to continue to pull back. Pretty healthy separation there. Going to continue to pull back. There's a bit of a root mass there. Nothing to be concerned about. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're into the ones that, there was about a whole section, from joint to joint full of roots. And we just worked it and worked it. Probably spent 20 minutes on it. And they're non-existent now. Just traces. Going to continue to pull back here. Passing 83 feet now. Just a little hangers on. Pieces in the line. Pretty healthy separation there. You can see that's a gap of about, I mean, it's holding water. That's a gap of about, you know, probably ½ inch separation and offset. I'm going to continue to pull back. Here again, this is a pretty healthy separation. You can see where the roots were growing in. Again, we annihilated them. And continue to pull back. Again, most every separation, or most every joint is either separated or offset. Few roots. That guy is just a piece. Just sitting in there. Regular water usage, toilet flush or two will carry that out to city sewer. And continue to pull back now. Bottom of the pipe is the upper left hand corner. Just traces of root, like I said before. Passing 55 feet. This line runs north. Lamont is on the corner of 29th. This house is on the corner of 29th and Lamont. And guy's just hanging there. And this main line runs all the way down to 28th. It's over 200 feet long. Very unique. A few weeks ago I sat and cabled for over 3 hours, just hitting root mass after root mass, and that's when we finally decided to go with the jetter here. The jetter has 400 feet of hose, and we were well into the city sewer. Another piece of root. Like I said, we annihilated them. Little hangers on. Like I said, the diameter of those roots make them, you know, they're hard fought. A hard fought battle with those guys. And I think this is where that root mass started, this section. You can see at the bottom right hand of the screen is the top of the pipe. You can see where that root was growing down the pipe through the separation there. Again, with that one as well. I'm going to continue to pull back here. Continue to pull back. Passing 24 feet. Another line ties in there at 21 feet. Going to continue to pull back here. Feet. Another line ties in there. Transfer from the tile to the cast iron. Pretty big offset right there. And we continue to pull back here. into the ABS and from the clean out we're working from in the downstairs basement. Again, this is David Lane. I'm here with Randy Schuneman and Brandon Redler. We're with Bulldog Rooter. Today's date's December 21st, 2016. Thank you very much for choosing Bulldog Rooter.